Throughout the entirety of the video, I will be referencing a June 12, 2020 USA Today article from Eric Liedtke. A couple days ago, I watched a YouTube video where they compared the micron size of baking powder with COVID-19, so I thought I would also do my own test. I'm not totally sure if they are the same size, but it's a good visual representation. The article discusses the fundamental misunderstanding of the physics of how a virus attaches to water droplets. So when you talk or when you cough or when you sneeze, you are creating these droplets that are consistent of water, mucus, proteins, and other biological materials. And all of these are actually larger than 1 micron. And according to Lisa Brosseau, a retired professor of environmental and occupational health sciences, this is the perfect size to be collected by an N95 mask. And so a KN95 mask is one of the masks that we use. And as you can see, we didn't catch anything in our cloth.
That means it stays on the mask, Daddy.
So, as I get set up, I want to focus in on what the article called Brownian motion. And this is the name given to a physical phenomenon in which particles that are smaller than 0.3 microns, which would include COVID, move in an erratic, zigzagging kind of motion. So this motion greatly increases the chance that they will be snared by the mask fibers because it's going to be doing a zigzag pattern instead of just shooting directly through the mask as you might be envisioning it in your head. And so what that means is when you pair it with the other information that we understand in droplet form, it's going to be larger than 1 micron, then it's a huge chance that with a K95 mask you will be able to stop any sort of transfer of COVID-19. Okay, so next I wanted to show the impact of the vacuum cleaner on the flame because we're going to do a flame test and just to see how close we could get. And as you can see, I got about 2.5 inches away before it put out the flame. And then I decided to try putting mask over the vacuum cleaner and seeing how close I can get. And it wasn't even moving the flame, as you can see, until the flame burned through my mask. And then it obviously went out. The first breath test is going to be uncovered face from about 1 foot away, and as you can see, it does take me 2 blows in order for it to go out. It's 1 foot away. The second test is going to be from 3 foot away, and I'm standing over the candle, so the glass is not going to be negatively impacting my ability to blow out the candle, and as you can see, it takes a few breaths before I can finally extinguish the flame. 3 feet away. My final uncovered test is going to be from the CDC recommended 6 foot away, and I'm again standing above the candle, and as you can see, I, much like the big bad wolf, puff and I puff, but I do not blow the candle out. Instead, you can see that my breath does have an impact, so the air that I'm expelling is traveling 6 foot, but it's not traveling at such a distance that it's going to be impacting the flame, which means if you are uncovered from 6 foot away, you're still going to be impacting people. The next test is a K95 mask, and it didn't let me blow it out from 8 feet away, and so I had to get closer, and as you can see, it takes a lot of effort for me to blow this candle out, even whenever I'm in 2 to 3 inches. The next test is going to be a simple cloth mask, and as you can see, it does take me several blows to blow it out, but I can blow it out from 1 foot away. Normally, as I get out and about, I wear a face shield and 3 mask. For the final test, I decided to only wear the 3 mask, which includes a K95, a surgical mask, and then a cloth mask that I got from Facebook. And I blew so hard that my glasses came off. And as you can see, my strenuous attempts are not even making the flame flicker.
I'm not gonna.
With all three masks on. And finally, a very interesting part of the article talks about the fact that the N95 masks use electrostatic absorption, which means that it actually draws in the particles into the fibers and traps them instead of them just passing through. So when you see all of this false science on the internet talking about micron size, really what it is it's using a small amount of truth in order to mislead you. And so while yes, the official size of K95 mask is to stop 0.3 microns, and the size of COVID-19 is below that. We see that whenever they're expelled in droplet form, it's always going to be above a 1 micron. And even if it's not, because of the Brownian motion and also because of the electrostatic charge inside of the K95 mask, you should be safe when you are in the classroom. I hope that this video can extinguish your concerns about wearing a mask as fast as I can extinguish the flame without wearing any face coverings.